Welcome to Study Time, a televised home learning program produced by Rwanda Basic Education Board.
Hello, students. How are you? I hope you are okay. Today is the biology lesson. My name is Claude. I'm going to teach you biology senior 6. So be ready. Take your notebooks where you are going to write explanation. Today's lesson is about the needs for transport and types of circulatory system. It is unit number 4, which is unit called circulatory system. Why an organism needs a transport system? Before, you have to know, at the end of this lesson, what you're supposed to know about our lesson. The first one, you have to know to explain the need for transport system. Why organisms need a transport system? You have to know about that. The second objective, you will be able to distinguish the types of circulatory system. And then you will also know the advantages and disadvantages of different types of what? Of circulatory system. Then, when we talk about transport system, what do you understand about that? I need someone who can help us to explain what's transport system. You can try. Yes, you try. And you also, you can try. Nice. You are good. Now, as you have said, transport system is a book movement of substances from one area to another due to the friend's pressure in the body. For example, we need different materials, nutrients such as glucose, fatty acids, amino acids, and water. How those materials are going to get into different parts of our body, including organs, different cells, how those materials are going to move. So they move through what you call transport system. That is what you call transport system. Are you understanding? Oh, good. Let's continue. Now, why a transport system is needed for organism? First of all, as you have said, a transport is a movement of substances from one area into another area in different parts of our body. So why that transport system is needed? What you have to know is that every cell in our body needs nutrients. Can you give some examples of the nutrients that our body needs? Yeah, as I have mentioned on the screen, every living cells need a glucose. You know, what's the role of glucose in our body? Who can try? Oh, good. Glucose, it helps us to get the energy. When it is broken, it's going to release the energy we need in our daily life. For example, you cannot move when you don't have that energy. You cannot study when that energy is not provided. That's why that glucose is going to be moved into each part of our body. All cells, they need that glucose so that those cells can work, can divide. They cannot divide when there is no glucose. Not only glucose, also water our body needs water. Who can give at least two roll of water in our body? Yes? Oh, good. It helps in the excretion to remove waste product from our body. If there is no water, the waste product cannot be removed in the water because water can help in that process. Again, is a transport medium. You are right. All material we need, they have to pass through water so that every part of our body is going to be served with those nutrients. Good. Then to continue, another nutrient which is needed in our body is minerals. Minerals. Who can give example of any mineral you know? You can try. Yes? Oh, calcium. Good. It's okay, you are right. You are right. You are good students. I like how you're working. Yes? Oh, potassium. You are right. All those mineral salts, they are needed. Iodine, yes. Iron, oh, good. Those minerals, they are needed in our body. They have to be transported. Then we have also amino acids. So those ones, they come from the food we eat. Then they need to be supplied in our parts of the body so that we can get the proteins. Good. So now, why that transport is needed is to supply all those nutrients we are talking about. Not only the nutrients, even the waste products. After metabolic activities, the waste product has to be removed out. How they are going to be removed out? Tell us. Yes, it's through the transport system. You are right. So we can give examples of some waste product. Yes, carbon dioxide, you're right. Oh, you can clap for him. Oh, good, good. Carbon dioxide, you're right. Another waste product, urea. Oh, good. All those waste products, they have to be removed outside of our body through a transport system. They have to be excreted out through excretory organs. When they are transported into the transport means, for example, into the blood, they have to be removed into the excretory organs where they have to be removed outside. Yes? For example, one of excretory organs, which you know, can you give some example? You can try. Oh, you try. Oh, kidney, you are right. Kidney has to be used, for example, to excrete out urea. And that urea have been transported from the blood and then carried to the kidney so that kidney can excrete it outside. Another excretory organ. Oh, lungs. Good. Lungs, they are going to help us to excrete carbon dioxide that have been transported into the blood as one of the medium of transport system. And then that carbon dioxide is going to be removed out through the lungs. When we breathe out, you remember, we breathe in oxygen, then we breathe out carbon dioxide. So it has to be transported into that medium of transport. Good. So now, we have unicellular organisms or simple organisms. How transport system is going to be carried out in those organisms, unicellular organisms? You have some, you can look on the screen, no problem. We have unicellular organism and simple organism. You can give examples of unicellular organism. Oh, good. Oh, amoeba. You are right. Amoeba is one type of unicellular organism. Another, you try? Good. It is bacteria. Bacteria also is an organism which is unicellular. And the other simple organism. Those organisms, they don't need any special transport system. You know why? The reason are this. For those organisms, their body surface to volume ratio is very large. When we talk about that, what do you understand about that? For example, suppose here we have amoeba. Suppose here we have, let's say, amoeba. It is an example, amoeba. And then because it is small, all these surface that surround this amoeba, there is large surface because this one is small. It is unicellular. It consists of what? Of a single cell. So now, what's going to happen? For example, if this need oxygen which comes outside, this will not need a transport system because it is a unicellular organism, it is simple. The oxygen will enter into this organism through, this one is what you call cell membrane or plasma membrane, you can call it plasma membrane, and then this oxygen is going to across this plasma membrane, then gets into this body. Even the glucose, they do get inside of this organism by process called diffusion. Remember, in unity number 2, in senior 5, we talked about these ways of transport, how the materials get inside of what? Of the cell. So one of that way is diffusion. Who can define diffusion again? Who can try? Yes, you try. Oh, you are right. Diffusion is movement of substances from where there is higher concentration to where there is lower concentration. Yeah, that is what you call diffusion. So now, for this organism, amoeba, bacteria, those food material, they have to move across the cell membrane into the what? Into the body by process called diffusion. So they do not need blood, they do not need heart, they do not need those transport systems to carry out those materials. Even waste product from this organism, they have also to be removed out by process called diffusion. So they do not need this transport system. Why? Because their body surface to volume ratio is very large. So diffusion is enough to help those material to move into the body and outside of those organisms. So another reason why those unicellular organisms, they do not need a transport system. Who can try? Who can try? Oh, nice. You are clever. I like your response. So he said, also, those organisms, they are closely contact to the environment. Because they are simple, they are close contact to the environment where those material has to come from. So which means the material will come from environment, then gets into the body. So they do not need that. Oh, nice. Let's go for those large organisms, multicellular organisms. Even human being also is included in the multicellular organisms. Those organisms that possess how many cells? Many cells, more cells. So those organisms, because they are complex, they need a special transport system. Why? First of all, their body surface to volume ratio is very small. Are you getting this point? For example, let's take example of a cow. If we bring a cow, and then a cow is going to stand here, for example, what's going to happen? The surface that surrounds that cow is going to be reduced. If it is reduced, so this process of diffusion cannot permit the material to get inside of the body. So they need now a transport system. They need blood to carry out different material. Another reason, their body cells are located very far from the body surface, very far from the environment. So if they are located, for example, let's take an example of the legs. Leg. The leg needs oxygen. It's an example. The cells that compose our leg, our head, our every part of the body, not only human being. So I'm talking about human being because especially you are a human being, but all the animals, like, yes, lion, you're right, like leopard, you're right. All those organisms, they are large. So their body surface area compared to the volume, it is very small, as I have said. And their body cells are located far from the environment. So that's why material cannot come from the environment, then it gets into the body. It can't. Then we need a transport system. Another reason, which is very important, why those large organisms need what? Need a transport system, is this. All those large organisms are more active. You say they are more active, they need a lot of what? Nutrients. And those nutrients, they have to be transported into different parts of the body. How? By transport system. Not only that one, also they need to remove what? More waste products from the body. Carbon dioxide, urea, all those metabolic waste products, because those organisms are more active, so they release even more what? Waste product, which has to be removed outside by a transport system. Nice. Now, let's see the futures of a good transport system. Guys, we have some characteristics that every transport system, which is a good transport system, remember, we are talking about circulatory system, but remember, we have two types of what? Of transport system. We have what you call cardiovascular system and what you call lymphatic system. When we talk about cardiovascular system is also called blood vascular system. And this one consists of this system, which is one type of transport system, consists of what we call blood. That's one component of this blood circulatory. That's why it is called also blood vascular system. It's because it consists of this blood. Also, this system has what you call heart. And lastly, it has to be composed by what you call blood vessels. Blood vessels. Sometimes they are also called tubes. So what is the importance of this blood? It's a fluid, yeah, as said. Those can be the features, the characteristics of a vascular, blood vascular system or cardiovascular system. Blood. What is a blood? Blood is a fluid where those material, food, waste product has to be moved into. The blood is like transport medium where they have to pass through. But also you have to know this organ called the heart. Everyone has a heart. Every animal has a heart. What is the importance of that heart? Who can tell us? It is there. Just is to pump what? The blood. Blood has to be pumped. Why they have to be pumped? Because our body cells, as I have said, or our organs, they are located very far, at long distance. For example, the blood has to be pumped into all parts of the body. That's why the heart is there as pumping organ. The heart helps to pump, so that the blood can be spread in every part of the body, carrying what? All those material. Another feature is what? As I have written there, it is what you call blood vessels. Or they are called also tubes. What are the importance of those tubes? You have some idea? Oh, those tubes, they are the one where blood is going to be transported. Those tubes, they do transport what? The blood. Because the blood, they don't have legs so that they can move. No. They have to pass through those what? Those tubes, those blood vessels. Are you understanding? Are you getting the point? Nice. All those three, they are what? They are features of a good transport system. Blood, heart, and blood vessels. You are right. Are you getting something? Good. Now, we have types of transport system. Those types of transport system, there are two. We have open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. How those systems are different. Open circulatory system is a system where blood is not contained, is not confined into the blood vessels, which means blood will not flow into the blood vessels, but blood are going to flow where? Into the body cavities. So this one is what you call open circulatory system. Open circulatory system, it occurs in what? In insects. You can find that in insects, in all arthropods exactly, and mollusks. Then you have also this closed circulatory system, where the blood has to pass into what? Into the blood vessels. Blood flow into what? Into the blood vessels. That is what you call closed circulatory system. And now we can see on the diagram, this diagram here. Are you getting this? This shows when the blood is pumped from the heart, it passes through the artery, then when it reaches here, there are no vessels, there is a space. This space is what you call a mucosa, and then the blood are going to be spread there. And then when the blood needs to come again, they pass through the vein, then to the heart. Here it is for closed circulatory system, where blood is pumped, and then pass through the artery to the blood vessels. Because blood vessels are there, this one, it is closed. This one is what? It is open. Now, difference between open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. Can you mention so? Blood is confined into the blood vessels, as you have said. Where? For open circulatory system. For closed circulatory system, the blood is not flowing into what? Into the vessels. And then for open circulatory system, the blood flow under lower pressure. Then for closed, blood flow at high pressure. For open circulatory system, blood flow where? At short distance. While for closed circulatory system, the blood has to flow at a high distance because they are confined into the blood vessels. They have to be carried into at long distance. Then for open circulatory system, you can find some organisms like arthropods and mollusks. Then for the closed circulatory system, you have all vertebrates and some few invertebrates. And then you can go. Closed circulatory system is divided into what? Into single circulatory system and double circulatory system. What is single circulatory system? It is a single because the blood is going to pass once into the heart. Single circulatory system. And this single circulatory system is normally found where? In the fish, where the blood has to pass once into the heart. And then you have double circulatory system, where the blood passes twice into the what? Into the heart. That's a double circulatory system. How? This diagram shows the single circulatory system, where the blood is going to be pumped by the heart and then pass to the gills. This is in the fish. From the gills, instead of coming here into the heart, goes directly to the parts of the body. And then we have also, in the double saturation, we have two systems, which is pulmonary saturation and systemic saturation. Pulmonary saturation is when the blood flow between lungs and what? And the heart. That's pulmonary saturation. And that way takes short distance because lungs and what? And the heart, they are close contact. Then for systemic saturation is when the blood flow at long distance. Now, the advantage of supplying pulmonary circulatory with the blood at lower pressure than systemic saturation is that because the lung and the heart, they are closely in contact, so the blood will flow at the lower pressure. But that one has the advantage. One advantage is to allow, to increase the rate of what? Of gas exchange. Another one is to prevent the pulmonary vessels to be destroyed, because when pressure is high, they can be destroyed. That's good. This one shows how double saturation, how the blood can move from the heart to the lung, from the lungs to the heart. Then heart is going to be pumped the blood into all parts of the body. This one also shows how the blood can move into the heart by double saturation. Yes. And then we have advantages of double saturation over single saturation. For double saturation, blood flow at a high pressure compared to the what? To the single saturation. For double saturation, nutrients are moving high compared to the what? To the single saturation. And then also oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood are not mixed. Yeah, those are different. I have already talked about that. Yes, now, assignment. Number one, explain why large organisms need a transport system. We have discussed about this. You will do that. The second, what are the features of a good transport system? You will do that. You will do that, then you show me next time. Give 4 differences between open and closed circulatory system. You will do that. Then explain the advantages of double saturation over single saturation. You do that. Thank you. I thank you, everyone, for attending the class. We will meet next time. So continue protecting yourself against this COVID-19. Thank you. See you next time.